Commencement of 2013 at the University of West Georgia. My name is Kyle Marrero, and I'm honored to preside over this ceremony as the 7th president of the university. This is indeed a day for celebration. Before we begin this day of celebration, let us take a moment and recognize the importance of this occasion in the lives of our graduates and in appreciation of the efforts of all those who have helped them along the way. Graduates, please take this opportunity now to turn, wave, and thank your family members who are here today to celebrate your accomplishment. Now, out of respect for this great accomplishments of all of our graduates, please turn your cell phones off. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Dawn Neely, Assistant Professor of Music, to come to the podium for the singing of the national anthem. Please remain standing. Beautiful as always. You may all be seated. I would now like to ask Ms. Dana Jones, President of our Student Government Association, to come to the podium to address her fellow classmates. Dana?
Good morning, University of West Georgia's fall graduating class of 2013, family, friends, faculty, and staff. On behalf of the student body, I would like to congratulate you all on your outstanding achievement here at the University of West Georgia. The hard work and dedication you have put forth these past years are now paying off. Take a look around, graduates. You all are placed in the center of the Coliseum, not only as the primary focus for this commencement ceremony, but to physically display the support you all have received your collegiate career. You all are supported and enclosed on every side. The same circle of support you see around you is the same support that has brought you thus far. From your family and friends on both sides and behind you, to the faculty and staff in front of you, you all have been guided and molded into the successful individuals you are today. As you walk across the stage from one end to the other, remember your years as a college student. The steps you take across the stage are a replica of your college career from the beginning to the end. Let your journey not end as you walk off the stage or leave campus, but until you take your last breath. I challenge each of you to overcome adversity that life may bring and to continue to use your support around you to make great choices that can not only help you, but others as well. Let's not let the degree you receive today be a waste, but instead a foundation to the bright future ahead of you. J.K. Rowling once said, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you failed by default." You have successfully accomplished the goal of receiving a degree in higher education. Your next challenge is to act. What will you build with the foundation you received? Every resilient house starts with a strong foundation. Use your knowledge and life lessons to build the house you wish to live in. I truly believe that every graduate and graduating student from the University of West Georgia has the necessary tools to be great. And I ran my presidential campaign on the slogan, "Leaving a legacy with purpose, power, and performance." My question to you is, what legacy are you leaving behind as you leave this university? Will you be proud of your legacy? One of the great things about life is that we can always start fresh. Challenge yourself to wake up every day with a new goal or mission designed to help you achieve more in life and designed to help others achieve more as well. Again, congratulations, University of West Georgia's fall graduating class of 2013.
Thank you, Dana. It is now my pleasure to award the highest honor given by the University of West Georgia, the Founders Award. Presenting this award to President Emeritus Dr. Baruz N. Sethna for his outstanding contributions to the significant development of this university. Dr. Sethna served as president from 1994 to 2013. During his tenure as president, the institution has seen transformative change from a college to a state university to a PhD granting SACS Level 6 institution. Academic standards continually increased during his tenure, and enrollment increased by 50% to its now record level of almost 12,000 students. Land holdings increased by 70% and now stand at 645 acres, one of the largest in the state. The university has its own bus service, its own police force, its own zip code and post office. The facility square footage has more than doubled during his tenure at an investment of nearly $1/3 of $1 billion, and has increased the endowment by almost 11 times its 1994 level. Among other things, UWG is nationally known in academic debate and undergraduate research. UWG has won 2 national championships in academic debate and in recent years has beaten Harvard 4 times. In the past 15 years, UWG has beaten every university in America 8 times in the undergraduate research papers at the NCHC and has won 4 prizes in the past decade at the NSSA. 3 of the 4 have been from Dr. Sethna's class, which he taught each year during his 19 years as president. Dr. Baruz N. Sethna has not only been a founder, helping UWG achieve what it is today, but a catalyst for what it will be in the future. It is my distinct honor now to present to my friend and my colleague, Dr. Baruz and Sethna, the UWG Founders Award.
Thank you, President Marrero. I asked if I could say a few thank yous for this award. I am deeply touched, honored, and humbled at this honor, this outstanding gift that the university has given me. Those of you who know me know that good things could never have happened to a man of such little talent without divine intervention. So I'm going to start by thanking God for all that he has given me. I thank my parents, now deceased, who went through untold sacrifice to give me an education. And in that same spirit, I salute all the parents here today who have probably done similar things for their children. I came from a family of very modest means by U.S. standards, below the poverty line. And the fact that I am standing here today is a tribute to, as I said, to God, but also to my parents. I thank my family, my wife Madhvi, who at the moment is in the air over Abu Dhabi, of all places, and so she cannot be here with me. I thank my children, Anita and Sean, and their spouses, Rob and Sunita, and Dr. Anita Sethna and Dr. Rob Cole, who are both physicians at Emory and on the Emory faculty, are here today, and I thank you both for being here. Thank you very much for being part of this ceremony. None of this would have been possible without my outstanding faculty colleagues. Faculty and staff of the University of West Georgia have made this institution so great, and I salute you and I thank you, and I'm proud to be a member of this faculty. I've always been a member of this faculty, and I'm proud to continue to be on the faculty here. But again, none of this would have happened without the wonderful students. So thank you all. Thank you for all that you have done. Today is your day, and we celebrate you. President Marrero, I thank you. It was most gracious of you to do this. When Dr. Marrero was appointed, and I got to know him a little bit, I actually wrote to the Chancellor, and I give you little quotes from that letter. And I said to the Chancellor, when the history of the world, or at least the history of the university system of Georgia, smiley face, is written, I hope that this will be counted among the most smooth and gracious transitions. And Dr. Marrero and I have worked to that end. In America today, the fashion is for one outgoing person to say, oh, it's never going to be as good as it was when I was there, and for the incoming person to blame all the problems on the other person. And I'm delighted that we have broken that mold, as I had the pleasure of doing with my predecessors. And I continued to say that all of us are happy to have this happen, meaning his leadership, because all of us are committed to his success. And I reaffirm that today in public. He is a great leader, and I am honored to serve under his leadership, serve this great university. I thank you, President Marrero. And normally I would stop here, but there's something unusual going on, and because it's so unusual, I'm going to also mention that. I graduated in 1973 from the Indian Institute of Management with my MBA before I came to Columbia to do my PhD. And my graduating MBA class is actually having their 40th reunion as we speak. They're having their closing dinner right now. And some of them had said that they might actually be watching. So you might actually have a bunch of movers and shakers and industrialists and corporate people in India watching this ceremony at the University of West Georgia, and I thank them for that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, President Marrero, all of you, thank you so much for this honor. I am humbled by your grace. Thank you. 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 Than
Thank you, Baruz. And I must say, he has been extraordinary in this transition, a friend, a mentor, and a colleague. And thank you. At this time, let me recognize our special guests. Seated with my wife, Jane, is Dr. Brenda Fitzgerald's husband, Dr. Tom Fitzgerald, Tom, Mr. David Parkman, former VP for University Advancement, and Dr. Sethna's daughter and son-in-law, Dr. Anita Sethna and Dr. Rob Cole. Thank you for being here today. The University of West Georgia has a long-standing tradition of both service and leadership. I'm honored to welcome Dr. Brenda Fitzgerald, your commencement speaker, whose professional life has been committed to the same. Dr. Brenda Fitzgerald serves now as the Commissioner of the Georgia Department of Public Health and State Health Officer. Dr. Fitzgerald is a board-certified obstetrician, gynecologist, and a fellow in anti-aging medicine. She has practiced medicine for 3 decades. As Commissioner, Dr. Fitzgerald oversees various state public health programs, including health promotion and disease prevention, maternal and child health, infectious disease and immunization, emergency preparedness, and response. Dr. Fitzgerald also directs the state's 18 public health districts and 159 county health departments. Fitzgerald served on the board and as president of the Georgia OBGYN Society. She has served as chairman of the board for the Georgia Public Policy Foundation and remains a senior fellow. Additionally, she served on the Military Academy election boards for Senators Paul Coverdell and Senator Chambliss, and was a founding board member of the Paul Coverdell Leadership Institute. She has also held board posts with Voices for Georgia's Children, the Advanced Academy of West Georgia, the University of West Georgia Foundation, and the Carrollton Rotary Club. Dr. Fitzgerald holds a bachelor's degree in microbiology from Georgia State University and a doctor of medicine degree from Emory University School of Medicine. As a major in the U.S. Air Force, Dr. Fitzgerald served at the Wurtsmith Air Force Strategic Air Command Base in Michigan and at the Andrews Air Force Base in Washington, D.C. Graduates, parents, family, friends, staff, students, it gives me great pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker. She has an infectious laugh. She's one of the neatest people that I have met since I've come to this community, and I'm thrilled that she is our commencement speaker, Dr. Brenda Fitzgerald.
My direct connection to this university is actually through my husband's great-great-grandfather. His name was L.C. Mandeville. He was an industrialist in this town, and he probably was the one responsible for moving this institution from Bowden to Carrollton. Go L.C. He was a member of the treasurer of the Board of Trustees, and yes, Mandeville Hall, which was the first dormitory for women in this institution, is named after him. I can only imagine his wonder and pleasure if somehow he were transported forward 100 years to be with us here today. I mean, just look at what's happened in those last 100 years. Do you imagine that he would be amazed at this Coliseum, at the Townsend Center, at the beautiful new nursing school, at Richards College of Business, at the Greek Village? Truly, I think he would agree with the Princeton Review that has said repeatedly that this is one of the best universities in the entire Southeast. In just a short time, you will receive and officially get your diploma from this wonderful institution. Now, I know that there are many benefits that automatically will come with that diploma, and I am sure your parents are glad to hear that. According to the Education Pays 2013 report published by the College Board, those with a bachelor's degree can expect that their salary will be 65% higher. Those of you getting a master's degree can expect a salary that is 96% higher. And those getting your doctorate can expect a salary that is 243 times higher. Indeed, education pays. If you look at the overall value that's assigned to a bachelor degree in this country, it's over $1 million. And my first questions to the graduates is, do you feel like a millionaire yet? In addition to those financial benefits, this degree you get today will protect you in economic downturns. During this last recession we had in 2010, those with a bachelor degree were 3 times less likely to lose a job than those without such degrees. You can expect greater job satisfaction, you can expect more employer benefits, and health-wise, you probably will smoke less, exercise more, and according to the CDC, live 5 years longer. But my topic today is not those benefits that I expect for you and that you have certainly earned. I want to briefly explore another question. Is there something more? Is there a key that will unlock or a magnifying glass that will focus all of your obvious potential? Is there something else you perhaps must do to be abundantly successful? The examples I'll use today are from works of 2 thinkers who approached this question from very different points of view, but interestingly arrived at the very same place, at the very same conclusion. I'm going to give examples from the work of Jim Collins, who's researched the question from the corporate world, and from Simon Sinek, who has done, I think, a particularly good job at answering the question from the point of view of the individual. The question is, why do some people and some companies succeed to a much greater extent than others, even with the same opportunities? First, we have to establish that difficulties in circumstances do not prevent success. In the work by Collins, Great by Choice, many companies were compared that had very similar beginnings, but ended up at a much different place if you looked at them several years later. The evidence he amassed is really convincing that the deciding factor for success is not the challenges that are presented to the individual or to the company. His beautiful example, and I think clearest example, is about Southwest Airlines. He studied the progress of that company from 1972 to 2002. During that time, they led the market with returns. Their market returns were 63% greater than the regular market. They had 63% greater returns. If you had invested $10,000 at the beginning of that time period, your money would be worth $12 million 30 years later. And this is a company that led the market that was in the airline industry. And during that time period, those of you who were alive then may remember that there were fuel shortages because of unrest in the Middle East. There was deregulation of the airline industry. There were air traffic controller strikes. There was a recession. There was inflation. There was hijacking of multiple airplanes. And there was 9/11. Yet even in the face of all those difficulties, Southwestern Airlines excelled. Collins compared them to Pacific Southwest Airlines. It was a similar sized company. They had the same advantages of getting the same pilots, the same planes, the same management skills, and yet that airline went bankrupt, as did many in the airline industry. So, clearly adverse events, although difficult, do not prevent success. On the other hand, success cannot be guaranteed even if there are perfect conditions. This example comes from Sinek. He tells the story of Samuel Pierpont Langley. You may not have heard of him. He was an inventor who lived in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and he was given $50,000 by the War Department to develop a flying machine. It was the ability for man to fly was the challenge of his time. He had a seat at Harvard. He worked at the Smithsonian. He was very well connected. The New York Times followed him around as he went on his quest for a flying machine and to report everything that he did. All the conditions were right. The contrast to Mr. Langley was a team of Orville and Wilbur Wright. They financed their work with meager monies they could scrape together from their bicycle shop. They belonged to no prestigious university, and the story goes that every time they went out to test their invention, they carried with them 5 sets of parts, because their goal was they would crash 5 times before they came in for dinner that night. Mr. Langley's invention was different than the Wright brothers. His contraption had to be catapulted into the air. There was no landing gear. It depended on landing in the Potomac River so that it could perhaps be saved. Interestingly enough, the same month that the Wright brothers were more successful, Mr. Langley, after 2 crashes, not 5 a day, but 2 crashes, gave up his quest. This coming Tuesday, in 3 days, after all your celebrations are over, after even you've had Monday to recuperate, I want you to remember that this Tuesday, December the 17th, that in 1903, Orville and Wilbur Wright were the first to fly. So what makes the difference? Both Collins and Sinek have arrived at the same conclusion. Real success depends not on external circumstances, but on an inner quality. Collins calls it the hedgehog, Sinek the golden circle. But whatever it is that inner quality that is the drive for a cause, a purpose, a belief, a reason to get up in the morning. Orville and Wilbur Wright believed that if they could develop a flying machine, they would change the course of human history. Southwest Airlines believed, and those other successful companies had a mission. Southwest believed that they would be the premier low-fare carrier in this country, and they would have fun while they were doing it. Apple believed that they would challenge the status quo. They would develop a system that people who wanted to use a computer did not have to have a degree in technology, but that anyone could approach their work. A purpose, a cause, a belief. The hedgehog, the golden circle. If you think about a person, the outermost circle is the what. That is what describes you. I am a computer company. I am a science major. I am a teacher. I am a nurse. But that, knowing what you are, does not predict or determine success. Both the Wright brothers and Mr. Langley knew what they were. They were aviator inventors seeking a flying machine. Both Southwest and Pacific Southwest knew what they were. They were airline companies that wanted to expand and grow. You must go from that outer circle to the inner circle to get closer to the answer for success. That second inner circle is how. It's a smaller circle and fewer know it. If you are a computer company, the how is, I make beautifully designed electronic equipment. The scientist knows that they look through a microscope to discover bacteria. The teacher knows that they make lesson plans for their children. But even though that second smaller circle is important, it is not the most important circle. Only a few know the inner circle, the golden circle, the hedgehog, the middle. And that circle is the why. If you are a computer company, your why is to change the way the world gets and utilizes information. If you are a scientist, your why is to identify that bacteria under the microscope so that you can change the course in human disease. If you are a teacher, your why is to empower children to direct and change their lives. There may be many who know the what and more that know the how, but very few know the why. The beautiful example of what why means was given by Sinek when he was talking about Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. King was not the only one who had experienced the inequities of segregation. He was not the only preacher of his time. Indeed, he was not the only grand orator of his time. But what was different is that he had a very deep understanding of his why, and he was able to communicate that. His speech on the Mall in D.C. was not the "I have a plan" speech, but "I have a dream" speech. It was about the why. My wish for you today is that you, the graduates of West Georgia, become one of the few. Before you go out into the world with your new diploma that clearly has inscribed on it your what, go deep within yourselves and find and claim your why. I believe that more than any other factor, knowing and claiming your why will determine what happens to you from this day forward. It is more important than the job market. It is more important than the economy. It even is more important than your grade point average. So my challenge to you is find your why, and I want to say to you, congratulations and Godspeed on your journey.
Thank you, Brenda, for those inspiring words. Soon-to-be graduates, your relationship with West Georgia is not ending today. It has just begun. This is why this ceremony, of course, is called Commencement. What this institution has done for you has transformed your lives, but what it will do for you will make a bigger difference for the next 50 years, certainly throughout your careers. We are joined together. When West Georgia excels and succeeds, the value of your degree increases. Here are just a few points of pride I want you to take away from today's ceremony. Most recently, the Board of Regents elevated University of West Georgia in its sector policy to a comprehensive university with peer institutions, Georgia Southern, Valdosta, and Kennesaw State, heralding us as world-class institutions. Our regional economic impact totaled over $442 million in last fiscal year. It's the 5th year in a row that we increased that, and the 2nd highest per capita in the state of Georgia. UWG professor Kim Hewitt was recently named top online educator in the state. UWG was awarded the JED Campus Seal for the JED Foundation, a leading organization working to promote emotional health among college and university students. Construction is underway in Noonan, where the historic Noonan Hospital will soon become the new site of UWG Noonan. Our alumni are also doing incredible things. Jimmy Atkins is a retired NASA analyst. Sam Crenshaw is a well-known sportscaster in the 8th largest market in the country. Tangela Large recently starred in a Pulitzer Prize and Tony Award-winning play. Becky Blaylock earned the title of CIO at a high-ranking Fortune 500 company. John D. Barge, the Georgia State Superintendent of Schools, is a UWG alum. So is Renee Brooks, the 2002 Georgia Nurse of the Year. UWG graduates have played on pro baseball and football teams, risen from part-time workers to executives, founded companies, worked in the film industry, written novels, textbooks, music, and poetry. They have gone on to graduate from professional schools and specialty schools and doctorates ranging from fine arts to law to medicine and more. They have saved patients, inspired students, launched careers, made discoveries, and found a vast number of ways to touch and transform the lives around them, each in their own unique way. Today, we welcome you to this multi-talented, diverse group. It really is true. Once you go west, you can go anywhere. The question for you today is, where will you go as UWG graduates? Now, it is my privilege to introduce our provost, Dr. Dawn Rice.
Good morning, and congratulations to all of you who are graduating this morning. I know that you're happy, but I bet the people who are the happiest are the parents. This morning I'm going to introduce to you the deans of our colleges. And I'll begin with Dr. Denise Overville, who is the Associate Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities. Dr. Faye McIntyre, Dean of the Richards College of Business. Dr. Diane Hoff, who's the Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Farouk Khan, Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics. Dr. N. Jane McCandless, Dean of the College of Social Sciences. Dr. Cynthia Epps, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education of the Tanner Health System School of Nursing. Dr. Chris Huff, Associate Dean of Libraries. And Dr. Mike Hester, Dean of the Honors College. Thank you.
Good morning. Candidates, I will call your degrees in the order in which they appear in the program. As I do so, please rise and remain standing. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Art please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in English please rise? And please remain standing. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Foreign Languages and Literatures please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in History please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Theater please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Music in Music Education please rise? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Music in Performance please rise? Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in English please rise? Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in History please rise? Will the candidates for the Master of Music in Music Education please rise? And will the candidate for the Master of Education in Art Teacher Education please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Humanities, I am pleased to present these candidates for the conferral of the appropriate degrees. Please be seated.
Would the candidates for the following Bachelor of Business Administration degree please rise? Major in Accounting, major in Finance, Management, Management Information Systems, Marketing, and Real Estate. Would the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Economics please rise? The candidates for the degree Master of Business Administration please rise. And would the candidates for the degree Master of Professional Accounting please rise? Congratulations to each of you. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Richards College of Business, I am proud to present these candidates for the conferral of the appropriate degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Good morning. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Early Childhood Education please rise and remain standing? Candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Middle Grades Education, please rise. Bachelor of Science in Physical Education, please rise. Bachelor of Science in Special Education. Bachelor of Science in Speech Language Pathology. Bachelor of Science in Sport Management. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Teaching please join them? Will the candidates for Master of Education in Early Childhood Education please rise? Master of Education in Professional Counseling. Master of Education in Media. Master of Education in Reading. Master of Education in Speech Language Pathology. Master of Education in Secondary Education. Master of Education in Special Education. Will the candidates for Specialist in Education in Early Childhood Education please rise and join them? Specialist in Education in Educational Leadership. Specialist in Education in Media. Specialist in Education in Professional Counseling and Supervision. Specialist in Education in Special Education. And finally, will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Education in School Improvement please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Education, I recommend these candidates for their respective degrees. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Good morning. Will the candidates for the following degrees please rise and remain standing? Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry. Bachelor of Science in Biology. Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies. Bachelor of Science in Geography. Bachelor of Science in Geology. Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. Bachelor of Science in Physics. Master of Science in Biology. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Science and Mathematics, I am pleased to present approved candidates for the conferral of appropriate degrees. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor in Anthropology please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Criminology please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mass Communications please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Political Science please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Psychology please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Sociology please rise? Will the candidates for Master of Criminology please rise? Will the candidates for Masters of Political Science please rise? Will the candidates for Masters of Public Administration please rise? Will the candidates for Masters in Urban and Regional Planning please rise? Will the candidates for Master of Psychology please rise? Will the candidates for Masters of Sociology please rise? And will our candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Social Sciences, we present these candidates for their appropriate degrees. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Nursing, I am pleased to present these approved candidates for the conferral of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. Congratulations, and please be seated. Thank you.
Okay, we're getting closer. We will do this in two parts: graduates of graduate programs and then graduates of undergraduate programs. Please understand that each graduate is important to be recognized, and so it's important that each student's name be heard. Past tradition has dictated that all applause wait until the end of the ceremony. Let's try something new. This is a time of celebration. Parents, family, and friends, listen carefully. When your graduate's name is called, I want you to scream, cheer, applaud for 2 seconds. All right, we're going to practice. You ready? I'm going to say a name, and I'm going to give you 2 seconds. You ready? Mick Jagger. Good. Congratulations to Mick. Will the candidates for all graduate degrees please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of West Georgia, it is my pleasure and privilege to confer upon each of you the master's, specialist, or doctoral degree for which you have been recommended, as listed in the official records of the university, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Please be seated. Will the candidates for all undergraduate degrees please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of West Georgia, it is my pleasure and privilege to confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree for which you have been recommended as listed in the official records of the university, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations to each one of you, and now it is time to take your tassel from the right to the left, signifying that you have graduated. Please be seated. Before we ask all graduates to come forward to receive their diplomas, we award special honor to our doctoral graduates, who we will individually hood. Today, we have 4 doctoral degrees to award, and we are very proud of each of them and their faculty. I'll ask each one to come to the stage along with his or her advisor. Their names and dissertation titles are included in your programs on pages 12 and 15. Our first doctoral candidate is Theodore John Lombard and his advisor, Dr. Abbott Packard. Congratulations, Dr. Lombard. Tabitha Ann Haney Rossi Espanier and her advisor, Dr. Laura Willix. Congratulations, Dr. Rossi Espanier. Amanda Farr White and her advisor, Dr. Abbott Packard. Congratulations, Dr. White. And finally, Jonathan Edward Skalski and his advisor, Dr. Christopher Anstis. Congratulations, Dr. Skalski. I suddenly feel very short. Would the marshals please direct the graduates forward to receive now their diplomas? Remember, 2 seconds.
All right. You have your card? All right.
College of Arts and Humanities. Amanda Louise McCrenna, summa cum laude. Kevin Michael Newman. James Rowell. Sean Patrick Thomas. Chaz Worth Hall. Marshall Clay Nolan. Joshua David Moore, cum laude. Kimberly Delaney Moyer. Colin James Sarna. Christopher Todd Presley. Amy Elizabeth Shelton. Sarah Caitlin Smith. Christopher Ryan Pancusti. Bernadette Aileen Sharp. Cynthia Rogers. Heather Lynn McMillan. Kayla Cherie McCarter. Aaron Ashley Mayo. Hannah G. Holland. Megan P. Bell, magna cum laude. Abel Bagala. Rachel E. Barnett, magna cum laude. Vanessa Annette Stubbs. Mary McKenna Mansfield. Heather Nicole Bryant, cum laude. Shireen P. Dowdle, cum laude. Michael Louis LeBlanc. Laura Lee McCrary. Rachel Marie Opoka. Rex D. Paget. Andrea Aaron Stewart. Daniel M. Cross. Eugene R. Humphrey II. Bethany Ann Nicholson, cum laude. George Alexander McCurdy, cum laude. Scott R. Jones. Luther E. Harris II. Lacey L. Head, summa cum laude. Nathaniel P. Kaye. Sarah Jane Roberts. Juanita M. Biggs. Christina Ashley Watts. Rosa A. Madris. Vanessa Vilela Friedenberg, magna cum laude. Clayton Paul Michael Bellum. Catherine Francis Alt, cum laude. Aubrey Dancy Parson. Laura Michelle Titlow. Melissa Renee Sullivan. Jason A. Bearden. Russell S. Bennett. Ashante Danielle Smith. And now the Richards College of Business. Allison J. McFalls. Jonathan Rhodes Jackson Jr. Justin T. Sweet. Darren G. Prater, cum laude. Elise N. Blaylock. Dylan Robert Drosness. Allison M. Clayton. Jennifer N. Knox. James Robert Davis III. Timothy Ryan Elder. Antonio T. Hudson. Martin D. Johnson. Courtney Elizabeth Loveridge. Sarah Elizabeth Latimer. Angelia M. Engel, magna cum laude. Bradley W. Gore. Bonnie I. Folker. Kristen V. Dean. Brandon D. Cook. Kyle Dennis Green. Lincoln A. Bradshaw II. Brandon M. Kuntz. Stanley L. Bryant. Michelle Ann Kalenko. John Wesley Cannon. Jamie Victoria Duhart. Jeffrey Neil Dankowicz. Courtney Bernard Mabry. Matthew Glenn Metz. Devon J. Evans. Sanford N. Holloway. Abbas Aslam Khan. Kevin Bernard Pascal. Vishal N. Patel. Juan Jesus Rivera. Kristen E. Ramsey. Aaron Danielle Pointer. Toshi Ben Unwachukwu. Christopher L. Miller. Sharia Dion Battle. Ayana Marie Thomas. Pamela K. Roberts. Robert F. Warren III. Samantha D. Stevenson. Georgia Kate Shoemake, cum laude. Lakin Christine Morovic, cum laude. Anna Catherine Priest. Sierra Brown Robinson, cum laude. Philip Smith. Darrell F. Solomon. Victor P. Tongkumsai. Callista S. Burke. Daniel Weston Brady. Christopher Leon Grant. Courtney Cortez McGee. Raymond A. Douglas. Allison Ann Moore. Tevin C. Pinkett. Justin Lee Ortiz. Tawana K. Walker. Mark Allen Wilkinson. Craig Noah Womack. Colin Gerald Boyd. Kayla Michelle Buchanan. Alicia Renee Shelton. Brittany Rochelle Dickerson. Rashad Cordale Sheely. Elise Lauren Selby. Robert Fred Robinson II. Jessica Tang Hollingworth. Jessica A. Gerdeman. Gabrielle Monique Watkins. Cole R. Webster. Jesse James Miller. Alejandro Sanchez Rodriguez. Jonathan Robert Foote. Tiani Lee, cum laude. Clifford J. Hunter. Paige Caroline Anderson. Tristan Jarrell Strong. Chris Huey. Marcellus L. Guerin. Richard Wayne Green II. Richard Allen Cole, Jr. Royce Monique Elam. Clinton Fields Backstrom. Jenna M. Jeffries. Harry William Kent, Jr. Michael Clay Prickett. Richard Haywood Sears. Kimberly A. Smigelski. Matias Alberto Merabato Berreta. Michael Sean Cunningham II. Dawn Michelle Rhodes. Roger Donald Aaron Anderson III. Daniel R. Frazier. David Joseph Donis. Shazeb Dogar. Jennifer Wilborn Heron. Jeffrey Daniel Heron II. Andresa da Silva Farewell. Nicole K. Henderson. Amanda S. Bonds. And now, the College of Education. Jasmine Paige Jones. Tara Elizabeth Jones. Jennifer Christine Lee. Allison Elizabeth Marks, cum laude. Sunny C. Milliken. Kimberly Elaine Mitchell. Lauren Ashley Murray. Ashley Ray, cum laude. Stacy Lauren Ray, cum laude. Molly Catherine Reeve. Dante Quindarian Gilbert. Austin Cole Martin. Courtney Christina Floyd. Amanda Michelle Culpepper, cum laude. Jasmine Fache Chapman. Amanda Music Cardell. Amanda Lee Cahill, magna cum laude. Aaron Teague Brown. Megan M. Bolick. Sarah Lynn A. Blankenship. Christina Bauer. Brianna Hilburn Bailey. Andrea Damaris Adams. Tashay Donyetta Akers. Mark Tyler Jensen, cum laude. Bobby D. McCord. Taryn R. Odell. Amy M. Kellringer. Megan Hope Kincaid, cum laude. Jacqueline Hope Wynn, cum laude. Brittany B. Ogletree. Charisma Renee Mason, cum laude. Misty Nicole Powell. Megan Renee Shelton. Octavia Shante Sloan. Zahida Rafia Walker. Leanna Martina Stevens. Pamela L. Winter. Niana Shanye Smith. Callie Ann Williams. Stephanie L. Shed. Senkisha M. Scroggins. Megan Olivia Ingram. Jessica Ann Howington, cum laude. Maureen Catherine Hartz. Cortland Jordan Harrison. Renice C. Hansen. Erin Elizabeth Gillis. Tamara Gao Wooten. Elizabeth Ann Baines. Kimberly Boyd Hathcock. Janee E. Smith. Lauren Davis Story. Russell Kyle Bowman. David Ryan Ledford. Christopher Shutter. Austin Brooks Shaw. Ryan DeAndre Kilgore. Laura Lane Carol Nolan. James Eugene Poor Jr. Christy Ann Wiggs. Aaron Samantha Turco, cum laude. Freda Truelove Richardson, magna cum laude. Allison Janine Thompson. Jessica Lee Teague. Mensa Ochri. Adriana Jarena. Caitlin Brooke Kincaid. Melinda Bellamere Hofius. Deanna Michelle Richards. Sarah Elizabeth Jones. Jacqueline Marie Haupt. Diana Marie Lee. Lanika Kalandra Lindsay. Tanya N. Abadella. Kellen E. Owens. Matthew T. Perry. Elizabeth Justice Reeves. Stephanie Lauren Brown. Lisa G. Surgeoner. Ashley D. Sherman. Jante Nicole Jameson. Haley Marie Green. Simona Janine Womack. Fa'a Mo Soli Jr. Brittany Lynn Kell. James Jordan Edwards. Linda D. Douglas. Cameron Ross Bolton. Jacob Israel Bassett. Denise Michelle Snelling. Jennifer Sue Tanner. Mary Elizabeth Thompson. Kristen D. West. Sheila Elizabeth Ross. Tamara Elizabeth Baker. Akila Thomason. Michael Ann Wigley. Katie M. Ansley. Fatu Sar Talatson. Dolly McLean Baker. Samantha LaShawn Burnett. Tara A. Davison. Tanetta D. Coney. Randy Brooks. Stormy Vaughn Bradley. Carol Ann Jones Rozier. Shannon Michelle DeMonte. Jane Elizabeth Canders. Raphael D. Booker. Ashley Yvette Utsi. Lauren Renee Elliott. Taylor Ann Duncan. Erin Alexandra Burton. Anna Michelle Burns. Susan Pinkard Crawford. Lorraine Olitha Fouché. Tangi Ann Gibson. Ashley Nicole Yumvik. Narissa Vaughn McKinnon Gary. Yolanda Moore. Lawrence Scott Ondovchik. Laverne Dent Proctor. Mary Kay Collins. Jennifer Gordon Jordan. Sunice Carmichael Rogers. Alicia Rhea Anise Richards. Teresa Ann Quilici. Landon Keith Odom. Kevin Vincent O'Meara. Elizabeth Fanette Price. Christopher Curtis Mays. Ruth Virginia Martin. Kimberly M. Kransline. Tolana Ashita Kennedy. Randy O'Neill Jenkins. Regina C. Harris. Darian Raheem Emery. Nadra Lord. Margot D. Gray. Jonathan Howard Hogan. Artis Jadon McCrae. Andrea Yakenya Williams. Stacy Marie Sood. Margaret E. Nicole Stewart. Gerald Jean Smith. Randy Allen Robbins. Tracy Cyrena Richardson. And now, the College of Science and Mathematics. Latoya Shantae Knox. Rachel K. Kuehl. Meredith Taylor Lane, cum laude. Christina Ward Lark. Mary Leanne Manders. Danielle M. McCula. Philip Nowicki. Alejandra Otero Mori. Rebecca Emily Pace. Doc Mackenzie Paget. Emily J. Rule, cum laude. Teresa L. Rogers. Darius Deshaun Green. Max William Jingles. Amanda B. Fincher. Raymond Chukwuma Duru. Jesse L. Crosby. Courtney Lee Critchett. Lauren Seals Kramer. Christopher Omar Chin. Tiana D. Barton. Ogechi Ananaba. Monica Ashley McGauley. William Bradford Bailey. Mallory Ross. Anna Sianim. Sierra Simone Soto. Ashley R. Owens. William Enrique Kellum. Rachel Massey. Jenna Marie Schmidt, cum laude. Markevius L. Thomas. Dorsey Scott Gay, cum laude. Tessa B. Grimal, cum laude. Elizabeth Buchanan Lynch. Nicole U. Owens. Patrick Emmanuel Negrutu. Rebecca Christine Hood, cum laude. Mitchell Cacciola. Anthony Kyle Bond. Alexa N. Weish. Thomas J. Wallace. Joshua P. Wade. Alicia Maria Tripp. Paulina R. Bennett. Amy C. Kazanjian. Monique Brianna Hayes. Lakila Rikaya Hall. Hillary Ellis Rimmer, cum laude. Tyler Douglas Gibson. Roger Lascourse, magna cum laude. Daniel James Moffett II. Kristen Victoria Hall. Anastasia DeErica Ragland. Monique Tanya Daniels. Maisha Geely McCullen. Ashley DeAndrea Wilson, cum laude. Leanna A. Moore. Lauren Evan Hester. John G. Poucher. Justin Tyron Wren. Eileen Del Carmen Paguero. Miriam Elena Arroyo. William Lucas Garnto. And now, the College of Social Sciences. Kanisha Jernice Rich. Alexandra E. Sakelik. Brett Almond. Brittany Elise Smith, cum laude. Jenna Michaela Smith. Taj T. Stegall. Natasha Talley. Melanie Margaret Valentine. Ashley Micaiah Walden, cum laude. Khadijat Abdul Qadir. Kyla Ann DeCarlo. Kelsey Brooke Franson. Alexandria Corin Leonard. Brittany Danielle Lee. Rachel Rihanna Hightower, cum laude. Tyler Alexandria Harrison. Kathleen Alyssa Harris. April Naomi Dedimer Guyett. Amy Cecilia Gardner, cum laude. Jessica Lauren Denman. Andrea Christina Chapman, summa cum laude. Ariel Cherie Butler. Jacob M. Arts, cum laude. Nathan Curtis Hill. Randy E. Marcello. Adriana Rose Batter. Corey Lewis. Lauren Victoria Bankston. Catherine Tiara Tershell Beal. Sarah Marie Cooper. Stephanie Brooke Freeman.
Are you Bob and Robert, or you just dead?
Robert Cleveland Chesser. Lindsay Collins Kraft. Amanda Kelly Dan. Melody Taya Goodridge. Shelley Brooke Keener. John Michael Keener, cum laude. Will Hampton Jones. Antoinette Nicole Johnson. David Lee Howell. Brenda R. Rick Hicks. Shawan A. Harris. Elizabeth A. Prout. Taylor Alicia Pike, magna cum laude. Nichelle Moore Jones. Allison Renee Moffitt. Bianca Sade Lewis. DeWitt Franklin Harris. Danielle Kelly Jackson. Jason Joel Johnson. Kelsey Nashay Matthews. Tiffany Lanelle Robinson. Kaylin Brianna Smallwood. Charles Kevin True. Walter Ray Swanson. Nika Romarisel Wheat, summa cum laude. Nice. Joshua D. Winners, cum laude. Whitney Stapler. Joshua Zane Garner. Joshua Blake Williams. Brandon E. White. Raymond Austin Trainer. Christopher A. Thompson, cum laude. Carrie Beth Solomon. Amanda Paige Siswick. Michaela Ann Williams. Sarah M. Otero. Charlotte Kathleen Newsom, cum laude. Corey Michael McElroy, magna cum laude. Patricia G. May. Kiera Cherry Kyer. Samuel Jason Horsley. Deborah A. Osafo. Jasmine Latoya Simmons. Shadon L. Turner. Alexandra Marjorie Vick. Mark W. Miller. Jasmine L. Staton. Danielle Nicole Kazuznik, cum laude. Chevron P. Thornton. Jessica A. Kim. Antonisha Dominique McRae. Victoria O. Bombo. Janice Kirkland Balti, cum laude. Tamara Elizabeth Williams. George Franklin Allen. Sade Monique Canny. Keisha Nicole Johnson. Faith Renee Payne. Jasmine Marie Chapman. Stephen Michael Edwards. Quindarius Lee Roberts. Jasmine Dior West.
One more time.
Tanakam Wongbun Thum. Tiffany N. Jenkins. Matthew Stephen Norton. Richard Edwin LaFleur. Brian P. Carey. Victoria Lynn Allen. Sarah Danielle Atkins. Sonia Melanie Roush Gibson. And now, the School of Nursing. Dana Emily Daenerys, cum laude. Adeyayo Akinrolabu. Ebele C. Emenike, cum laude. Ebony Manigo Robinson. Jasmine Denise Williams, cum laude. Jessica L. Stockham. Jerica Simone Duncan. John R. Thompson. Jordan Harvey Dixon. Kendra J. Cook, cum laude. Kimberly Lynn Douglas, cum laude. Carolyn Alyssa Picard, cum laude. Brooke Tawit Biru. Austina Mercy Injoku, cum laude. Augustina I. Iloba. Ashlyn Michelle Aiken, cum laude. Ashley McLean, cum laude. Anne Marie Hale, cum laude. Angelina Grant Ashanti, cum laude. Anaeto Charlatan. Danielle Michelle Warner, magna cum laude. Alexandria Alyss Whitmire, cum laude. Lana Christine Swafford. Laura Ashley Powell, cum laude. Christina R. Lillig, cum laude. Twee Tuti Win. Selma Ali Yala. Megan Ann Elliott. Laura L. Lang, summa cum laude. Tina Louise Baker. Tracy Grayer. Muhayyandin Abawari Abasambi. Mitchell Scott Fogarty. Melissa Beth Chaffin, cum laude. Melanie Brooke Edwards. Manon M. Roy, summa cum laude. Danny Sedgwick Reedy, cum laude. Edwin Elvis Quenty. Cynthia Ungozi Uchenna, cum laude. Christy Tucker. Tariq Tegan. Catherine Ann Gidry. Casey Powers Harrison. Tundra Nicole Weaver. Veronica W. Gathaite. Rhonda J. Lewis. Ifoma N. Egbuna.
Now, will all the graduates stand and be recognized? Please be seated. I think that went pretty well. Good. We stayed within two and a half seconds. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to the official representative of our Alumni Association who will officially welcome you into the Alumni Association of the University of West Georgia, Ms. Cindy Saxon, Vice President for our Alumni Association.
Thank you. Graduates, I join the many people here today who congratulate you on your many accomplishments. This is and will always be a memorable day for you. If the best and the brightest go west, those who graduate west are certainly superlative in every way. In addition to receiving your degree today, you are becoming an alumnus or an alumna of the University of West Georgia. You join a community of more than 54,000 living fellow graduates located in all 50 states and across the world that claim this university as their alma mater. As of today, you are granted all of the rights and privileges of being a member of the University of West Georgia Alumni Association. With those rights and privileges, however, comes a responsibility to help make your university even stronger. We, as alumni, join many others as guardians of this wonderful institution as it continues to blaze trails to new possibilities for scholarly achievement, creative expression, and service to humanity. On behalf of the 59,000 plus individuals who have graduated from this university before you, it gives me great pleasure to induct you into the University of West Georgia Alumni Association. Please accept your first gift from the Alumni Association. Your alumni Went West lapel pin is attached to your graduation scroll. We hope you will wear this symbolic pin with pride, knowing that you went west. Now I ask all other University of West Georgia graduates, alumni, to please stand and welcome today our new alumni into the association. Yay! Congratulations to all of you.
We will now recognize some very special groups of students. Let us give special recognition to our honor graduates. Those graduating cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. UWG is proud of its Honors College, which was the first of its kind in the state of Georgia. Students who graduate from the Honors College have completed a rigorous curriculum and an honors research project. Will the students who are graduating with Honors College distinction please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. In recognition of the magnificent vision of this state, the excellent fiscal support of the Governor and the General Assembly, and of our students' great accomplishments, would any Hope Scholarship recipients graduating today please stand and be recognized? You may be seated. Would all students who are the first in your family to graduate from a college or university please rise and be recognized? You may be seated. Graduates, although this is an occasion to honor you, I ask that you now recognize some very important groups who have helped you here today to get here. Would the parents of those receiving degrees today please stand and be recognized? Way to go, parents. Would the spouses of those receiving degrees today please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your support. Would the grandparents of those receiving degrees please stand and be recognized? Would the children, brothers, sisters, other relatives, and friends who are here please stand and be recognized? Yeah. Thank you. Now let us recognize perhaps the most special group in this room, the outstanding faculty of the University of West Georgia who excel in teaching, research, service. Would the representatives of faculty who present today's ceremonies please stand, faculty, and be recognized for your great work. Thank you. We will now celebrate the University of West Georgia by singing the University Alma Mater. Following the singing of the Alma Mater, the graduates will recess to the outside of the building. Please remain at your seats until the recessional has left the floor, and after the recessional, feel free to use all exits of the building to meet your graduate. Please join me in applauding our students who have played today, our wind ensemble. Thank you. Now we would like you to participate in the singing of the Alma Mater. On the off chance that you haven't already memorized the Alma Mater or the words, they are printed on the back of your program. Dr. Neely, will you lead us? We thank her for singing for us today. Dr. Neely?